It's time we spoke about the one thing that most salespeople are guilty of. Hey, my name is Rob Spence. I'm the Managing Director of Paragon Sales Solutions, also the author of the Paragon Mindset, Relationship Selling and the Paragon Mindset, interchangeable. In this week's sales snippet, I want to talk to you about the kind of number one thing, or at least one thing that many salespeople are guilty of, and business owners too, and that is giving up after one follow-up. So here's the scenario. You meet a prospect, someone who could be interested in your service or your product. You have a good conversation. You give them a proposal, a price. They think about it. That's cool. You email them or you call them. You say, hey, Mr. Prospect, we spoke last week. Do you have had any more thoughts about what we spoke about? And the prospect doesn't come back to you. What do you do in that situation? Be honest. No one can listen to you. You're all in your head right now. The majority of people, unfortunately, and I've got some statistics just here that kind of back me up, will give up. They'll move on. And do you know what? In the part of their head, they'll make an excuse. Or they'll tell their colleagues an excuse. He didn't have the budget for us anyway. We're far out of his price range. It was just a time waster. Just a tire kicker. Yeah, waste of my time. But what would happen if you were to follow up with that person again? So let's look at these statistics a second. 44% of all salespeople give up after that first call or that first point of contact. 44%, so nearly half of us, which is worrying. However, what if I were to tell you 80% of all sales require 5 follow-ups before the sale is made? Makes sense to do some more following up now, doesn't it? Yeah. So half of us will only make one call or one follow-up, whereas 80% of all sales occur after that 5th point of contact. Just let that sink in a second. The one thing that I speak a lot about with my sales training clients, and just people I chat with at the bus stop all the time, and I've never called the bus, I just stop at the bus stop and talk to them about sales, is we are not our prospect's biggest concern right now. And that's something that we need to drill into our heads. Obviously, when we're pitching our service or our product or our business, that is our baby. That is what we think about before we go to bed and what we wake up to in the morning. It is our priority, our main concern. But the likelihood of it is it's not your prospect's concern. They've got a million and one other things to be thinking about, right? They've got to run their own business. They've got to run their own life. They've got a school run. You never know, but their wife might have run away with another woman, or the man might have been, her husband might have been caught, I don't know, doing things that he shouldn't do. I don't really know. But either way, what I'm trying to say is that your proposal, your quote, is not your prospect's biggest concern. And so if you send one email and say, hey, listen, did you get my price? Then you sulk away going, oh, time wasted, never came back to me. For all you know, the person that you've emailed has just had some bad news or is too caught up in the business. So message them again. Call them. Send a Facebook message. Send a letter in the post. Turn up at their business. Say, yo bro, what's going on? I want to sell. No, don't say that. The point I'm trying to make is don't give up after 1. Don't give up after 2 points of contact. If you don't hear anything back, don't give up after the 3rd. Keep going. I've just said to you that, 80% of all sales require 5 or more points of contact. I tell people to go for 7 to 12. 7 to 12 points of contact. By then, by the 12th, we should probably go, yeah, he is probably ignoring me, let's face it. Or until you hear a definite no and there is a full valid reason for that no. If it's just, no, call me in 6 weeks, doesn't mean that they're not interested. It might just mean that they want you to call in 6 weeks. If they say to you, just contact me next month, and you think, they don't want me, they just make an excuse. No, contact them in a month's time or 6 months' time, whatever. Keep going until you hear a definite, Rob, listen, stop it now. Stop it. I don't want your product or service. You go, yeah, no worries. Cool. Do you know anyone that would? What do you think? Should we be pursuing people more and more? It's not pestering, but should we continue and never give up? Or should we just send an email and hope that 1 out of 50 will try and buy from us? Let me know. My email address is below as we speak. Please do like and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook, go over to YouTube and like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Very greatly appreciated. And until next week, all the best.